Welcome to Bible Answers Now. Life can feel overwhelming at times, can it? The weight of worries, struggles, and responsibilities can leave us feeling like we're drowning. But did you know that the Bible speaks directly to those moments? It's filled with verses that offer comfort, hope, and practical guidance when we're feeling overwhelmed. Today we're going to explore some of those verses that can help you find peace, rest, and strength when life feels like it's too much. Let's dive in. In Matthew 11:28-30, Jesus extends a beautiful invitation. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Jesus speaks directly to those of us who feel weighed down, offering rest in him. The context of this verse is Jesus' invitation to trust in his way of life, which offers freedom from the heavy burdens we often carry. Theologically, this means that our burdens, whether physical, emotional, or spiritual, don't have to be borne alone. We can bring them to Jesus. Practically, this could mean surrendering our worries in prayer, letting go of perfectionism, or simply pausing to rest in his presence. The next time you're feeling overwhelmed, remember this promise: Jesus offers rest. Another powerful verse comes from Philippians 4:6-7. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God, and the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Paul encourages us not to let anxiety take root in our hearts. Instead, we are called to pray, present our concerns to God, and trust that his peace will guard us. In the original Greek, the phrase transcends all understanding means a peace that goes beyond what our minds can grasp. This is a peace that calms our spirits even when circumstances are chaotic. The action here is simple. In moments of anxiety, stop and pray. Present your worries to God, thanking him for his faithfulness, and experience his peace that doesn't make sense in the midst of chaos. Then there's Isaiah 41:10, where God himself says, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." This verse was given to the Israelites as they faced a fearful future, but it's just as relevant to us today. God promises his presence, his strength, and his support. Do not fear is a command we see repeated throughout the Bible because God understands how fear paralyzes us. But the key to overcoming fear isn't just trying to be brave. It's remembering that God is with us. When fear grips your heart, speak this verse aloud. God is with me. He will strengthen me. Trust in his presence and let his peace replace your fear. Another comforting passage is Psalm 46:1. God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. The context of this verse is a reminder that God is not distant or uninvolved. He is present in our troubles, ready to be our refuge, our safe place in times of distress. Theologically, it's a declaration that God is not only omnipotent, but also deeply personal. He isn't just a distant ruler, he's actively present and ready to intervene. When you're overwhelmed, take refuge in him. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and picture God as your safe place, holding you in his arms, offering you strength. In 1 Peter 5:7 we read, "Cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you." This verse highlights God's tender care for us. The word cast here means to throw something onto someone else. It's an intentional act of giving up control and trusting God with our burdens. Imagine what it would be like to physically take your anxieties and hand them over to God, knowing he's already carrying them for you. The action is simple but profound. When stress builds up, take a moment to mentally hand it over to God. Feel the weight lift as you trust in his care. Another verse that brings peace in difficult times is Romans 8:28. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. This verse reminds us that even when life doesn't make sense and circumstances are overwhelming, God is at work behind the scenes. His goodness doesn't depend on our understanding of our situation. The original Greek word for work here is synergio, where we get the word synergy, meaning that God is actively weaving all things together for our good. Even in the most trying moments, God can bring purpose and beauty from the pain. If you're in a season of struggle, Hold on to this truth. God is working in your life, even when you can't see how. And finally, we have Psalm 34:18. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. God doesn't leave us alone when we are overwhelmed. He draws near to us in our moments of deepest pain and heartache. The Hebrew word used here for close suggests a proximity that is intimate and protective. It's a promise that in our sorrow, we are not abandoned. God is near, ready to heal and restore. If you're feeling crushed, know that God is close to you. Take comfort in His nearness and let His love surround you. What's your favorite verse when you're feeling overwhelmed? Share it with us in the comments below. And if this video was helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more Bible-based answers to life's big questions. We believe that as you meditate on these scriptures, you'll experience peace and comfort like never before. May God bless you, and may His presence be with you in every moment. We think you'll be blessed by this next video. Check it out.